Now, I must add a quick disclaimer at the beginning of this video just to say that I'm not judging anybody who has put their children in public school. I'm not trying to make you feel bad, but I'm trying to highlight some issues from somebody who went to public school that people really don't know about. And especially because if you're probably somebody who has a child in public school right now, chances are what public school was when you were there has changed. Even for me now, you know, reporting on this years after I've myself have been in school, things have changed since even I was in school. And I think there's a few things to mention that are very important. So if you do enjoy this video, please subscribe and like the video. Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. However you feel about public school, I'd love to hear from you guys. If you agree with me, if you disagree with me, or even just whatever you think, because school is a very interesting and varied experience. The experience people have with school is very varied, and that's what I'm going to be talking about today. Now, excuse me. Oh, now in this video, so I was just looking at my notes. I'm going to be talking about why I blame school for the mental health issues. And there are a lot of different things you can look into online, even if you just go to a school yourself, to see that school is not really a safe place for children, unfortunately. And that's why I'm going to be homeschooling my children. I will also be documenting that on YouTube for those of you who are interested. So please subscribe to this channel if you're interested in seeing that when I do get to that point in my life. I will be documenting how I'll be homeschooling and supporting those of you who want to homeschool, but especially if you're turned by this video and wanting to. But there are a lot of things about school that I don't like. And I know a lot of people say, as soon as you say, I want to homeschool my children, people are like, oh, but they're not going to get to have friends, and they're not going to get to this, and they're not going to, and they talk about all the things you're not going to do, right? Now, number one, if you homeschool your children, you can actually, it's a lot easier for you to put them into activities that they want to do, because you're in control of their timetable. So if they want to be a cheerleader and cheerleader practice for them, even at 10 years old, is at 9 a.m. on Wednesdays, you can do that, and then do your homeschooling after that. If they want to do football, and football's at 4 p.m. on Wednesdays, then you're the one who can build that timetable for them. And that's one of the things I really like about homeschooling. Anyway, let's put that to the side for a second and talk about why I think school is bad for children's mental health. In my opinion, from being in school when I was in school, but to also looking at school now, and also having worked in schools as a teacher, I feel that children in schools genuinely are subject to so many things, because not only are they there to hear what their teacher has to say, which again, nowadays, the more and more we're going, the more teachers can say what they want to say versus what the parents might know what they're saying. I mean, it shocked me, even as a school teacher myself, it shocks me how much the parents don't necessarily know that their children are learning or being taught. Even me, you know, being able to be alone in the group of children in a classroom, it means that I can tell them whatever I want to tell them, because nobody else is there, you know, for me to say anything different. And I look at it like, for me, I have a responsibility to God, which is why I wouldn't just do whatever. But other people don't necessarily have that, and most people probably don't have that. So, you know, but school is a place where, you know, you have a lot of children in a lot of different life situations, bringing all their baggage and things together. And I think that's a very bad combination, because if you're, whatever home you're coming from, whether you're coming from an abusive household, whether you're coming from a neglective household, whether you're coming from whatever household you're coming from, right? School, the people around you have the power to change the way you think and feel, because the reality is teachers are only going to get so far, because teachers are teachers, right? Teachers are teachers. You're probably going to learn from your friends, some people in your class and stuff like that. And that's why I worry about children in schools and their mental health, because I think that in schools, because of how broken a lot of, or the brokenness of the childhood of a lot of children who are in school have had, it means that they're bringing that to the table. And not to say that, oh, curse them for being broken. No. I don't believe it's their fault at all. But the reality is that's what they're doing, and that's what they're bringing. And bringing all of that together as children, as under 13s, under 15s, 16s, whatever age group of being a child you are, under 12s, whatever it is going to cause problems, because you're in a situation where you're expressing yourself amongst people who don't have the capacity to help you express what you're thinking or feeling well, and you're all in that scenario. And so that's why it's odd to me that people really are pushing public school. I get it, because now the government and the world has made it so that as parents it's hard to work and also have your children in school. It's something that's needed almost, because if you're going to be working in a normal job, you're going to need your child to be in school. It wasn't always like that. It's like that now, especially since the Industrial Revolution. And I think that's done on purpose, because it means that parents are so detached from the education that their children get. And that's why children are so detached from their parents, because their parents don't understand where all this stuff is coming from. And parents like to do, and I've heard this excuse myself from people's parents. I don't know where you got it from. He's got bad friends or whatever. Why don't you know about those bad friends? Probably because you have a job that doesn't enable you to know about them, and also probably because you're not involved in your child's education, and so that's why I'm very much against education, the education system. Sorry, I'm not against education, I'm against the education system. I very much believe every parent should just homeschool. It sounds crazy, it sounds hard, but it's not that hard, because your child is likely gifted and talented in certain areas that you should focus on. If you focus on those areas, that child probably almost definitely will be successful. Trying to think that they need all these subjects, they don't need them. I did what everybody thought was the right thing to do in school and stuff. I did, sciences and maths and all that. And I love science and maths, don't get me wrong. But I know that it's not necessary in life, because I've worked enough jobs to realize that it's not necessary in life. So I don't know. You guys let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I just think that the way that the way that school is now for children, it's a very toxic environment for them, because they are under so much pressure they shouldn't have to be under. And especially pressure to perform and things like that, peer pressure. And it's hard to try and tell them, even when it comes down to bullying. That's why it's hard to even stop bullying, because if your child tells you that they're being bullied, and then you try and do something about the bully, and especially if it's not just that bully's just going to be pulled out of school immediately, that child is in a situation now where that bully is probably still at school and probably is telling people how you told everybody about how they were bullying you. So I don't know. I just don't think that it's the best for children. I think school is an extremely hard battleground in terms of mental health and other areas of health as well for children. Personally, that's my opinion. And I think we need to go back to the old school method of just teaching children ourselves, having your own child, knowing their likes, dislikes, their personality, and being able to love them the way they need to be loved. Monitoring who they get to be around, not necessarily mean they're not around anybody. Like I said, they can be around a lot of people. There are a lot of homeschoolers who even form communities just as homeschoolers, or they see other children because they're in so many other activities they would never be able to involved in if they weren't homeschooled, right? That's amazing. But I think we've got to help them get there. So yeah, you guys let me know what you think in the comment section down below, as I said. And also subscribe, of course, if you're feeling the vibe and you want to join the tribe. Other than that, hit the like button, just to let me know that you've liked the video. If you don't really want, some people don't want to comment. Even if you want to comment and like, I love that. But some people just want to hit that like and just be like, I like that. I don't need to say anything. I don't need to, and I appreciate that too. Other than that, God bless you all, and I'll see you in my next one.